Episode 617. Shen Guo threw herself into the matter entirely. Of course, that alone wasn't enough to put an end to the storm. In truth, the controversy sparked by this matter was only just beginning. Early that morning, reporters were already contacting Excellent Era, asking about the previous night's Heavenly Swords press conference where they denied Ye Chu had joined their team. Excellent Era had already done the math. They didn't bother insisting that Lord Grimm was definitely Ye Chu. Instead, they simply stated that it didn't matter whether Ye Chu joined Heavenly Swords or not. Whatever path he chose, they would offer their blessings and face him with a professional attitude. As for Heavenly Swords, they offered congratulations on smoothly securing a spot in next season's league, along with wishes for good results. When asked by reporters how Excellent Era viewed this fierce new opponent, and the Lord Grimm who had defeated Huang Shaotian, their response was composed. Excellent Era fears no opponent. Then, without mentioning Heavenly Swords, they went on at length about how Excellent Era would surely return to championship contention next season. This kind of evasive answer was the most common way to handle such a question. In other words, a new team like that isn't even in our weight class. We don't have them on our radar. Aside from Excellent Era, the pro players who had been so certain yesterday that Lord Grimm was Ye Chu all found themselves being interviewed in rotation this morning. Those pro players had all seen Ye Chu pop up in the group chat yesterday, then followed him into the game to find Lord Grimm. They were absolutely certain of his identity at first. Now that Heavenly Swords had firmly stated Ye Chu hadn't joined them, most insiders caught the wordplay, yet no one stepped forward to insist Lord Grimm was Ye Chu. Since none of the clubs stood to gain anything from this, they all chose to simply let things take their natural course. Let Heavenly Swords do whatever they want. Everyone else is staying out of it, to avoid a repeat of last time, where their star players ended up being free billboards for the team. With so many top-tier players going to watch a bunch of Heavenly Swords members, the reports that came out afterward had everyone super optimistic about the team. Some over-the-top analyses even claimed that with their strength and financial backing, Heavenly Swords was bound to shake up the league's landscape. Perhaps they could create a dark horse miracle, winning the championship in their very first season in the league, and so on. This kind of talk made a few clubs a little uneasy. But that day, Zhan Lu Lan and his whole crew all took the field against Huang Shaotian. Everyone saw it with their own eyes. Every pro player had a clear measure of their skill level, and honestly, no one thought this bunch was anything special. Yet the report glossed over that part. Looks like Heavenly Swords spent a pretty penny on PR and red envelopes. As for the so-called mysterious man who could beat Huang Shaotian, Lord Grimm, everyone knew that was Ye Chu. And now Heavenly Swords is saying Ye Chu hasn't joined them. It's really hard to figure out, what kind of game are they playing? After all that discussion, Ye Chu retired, so he couldn't officially join even if he wanted to. They just said he hadn't joined, plain and simple. But the two sides might have already reached an agreement. He'd make his comeback midway through the second half of the season, and officially join then. Of course, this guess was the most widely accepted view within each club's internal discussions, but everyone kept it to themselves, brushing it off with a laugh when facing the media, never saying more. Of all the pro players being interviewed, only one stood apart, Han Wenqing of Tyrannical Ambition. Han Wenqing shot back a single sentence at the reporter's question.
Has Heavenly Swords ever said Lord Grimm isn't Ye Chu? If Lord Grimm isn't Ye Chu, then who else could he be?
Among the near-identical answers from the major club players that day, Han Wenqing's response stood out like a sore thumb. Everyone else's interviews were instantly overlooked, and only his line got plastered across the headlines. Honestly, that little trick of Heavenly Swords could only fool the casual fans who weren't paying close attention. The media reporters, always so good at digging up the truth, had already caught on and were ready to make a story out of it. Now that a pro player had even come out and said it outright, they treated it like a godsend. In the continued interviews with Heavenly Swords, they remained tight-lipped about Lord Grimm's identity. In an instant, the theory that Lord Grimm was Ye Chu became highly credible once more. So the media, through their own deductive reasoning, reported that the clubs had analyzed and guessed at a strategy: sign a preliminary agreement first, then officially join after the comeback. This theory was, without a doubt, the most credible one yet. Lord Grimm had gone around in a big circle, only to end up back at Yi Chu. Quite a few fans were chasing this bit of gossip, treating it like a detective novel. The media, however, wasn't tired of it yet. They started pulling in reporters, commentators, and regular players to share their takes on the matter. The theory that Lord Grimm would eventually come out of retirement and join Heavenly Swords gained widespread acceptance. Everyone agreed that Lord Grimm was Ye Chu, that he'd already been secretly recruited by Heavenly Swords, and that the guild was just making a show of mystery. Chen Guo said she didn't care, but in the end she couldn't help reading every report. Now she was left scratching her head over the conclusion.
All that running around, and we're right back where we started?
Keeps the conversation going. The media likes that, and Heavenly Swords likes it too.
Looks like the identity is about to be confirmed.
It was only a matter of time.
Ye Shu didn't seem surprised at all.
Why won't Heavenly Swords just come out and say it? Did you tell them to keep quiet?
They just know I won't join them, so saying it is worse than not saying it at all. Figure it out yourself.
What's there to figure out? Just tell me straight.
Busy, boss.
Huh?
The moment that name left her lips, Chen Guo shot over like a bolt of lightning.